Hi guys, welcome back to Coding with Caden. Today we'll be covering more Python inputs and outputs. Today we're going to complete 3 tasks that follow on from last week's video. Alright, so we're going to start off today by using so we've got 3 tasks here today that we're going to be doing, and the first one is a numeracy equation. It's a problem solving piece. The second one is going to tell you how long it is until what your new age is going to be after your next birthday, and the second one is about if you were to split a bill between several people, what would that equation take you to? So the first one we're going to do, we're going to start off by saying start and then num. Alright, we're then going to say equals int. We're going to grab a bracket. We're then going to say input, then another bracket here. We're then going to say in italics, we're going to say enter the number of slices of pizza. Spelled that wrong. Pizza you started with. So this is the question. That is going to be the output to us, and then we're going to input back in how many slices we have eaten. Okay, so it's then going to ask. It's then going to ask us. Well, here we're going to actually have to close off this with. We're going to say. We're just going to give some room to allow the person to enter the number, and then we're going to say and close off both brackets here. We're then going to take a new line, and first thing we're going to do is say end num. So this is going to be ending the first one up here, and just going to give us a space and then an equal sign. I'm going to say int again, and then input inside bracket again. We're then going to say how many slices have you eaten? And this is basically going to determine what the result of the sum is going to be at the end of it. So we're then just going to close that off there, like we have done. Going to put in a question mark here, and then we're going to take a new line. We're then going to say slices left is going to be our starting of this line here. We're then going to say equals start num. So what we did up here, minus end num. So we basically gave this the number end num and the name start num, which is basically now just going to add a minus start num, a end num from start num, and give us our equation. We're then going to say print, so this is the output from the result of our input, and we're going to say you have, and then we're going to close off there. Going to give us a comma. We're going to say our slices left, which we set up here as the sum of start num minus end num here. Gonna say comma, and then reopen the text slices remaining. This is basically going to allow yeah, this is going to allow us to have the output saying the end of the sum basically here. So once you've saved that, I've saved mine as task 2. We're then going to say run module, and that should come up. Yep, we've got enter the number of slices of pizza you started with. So let's say we started with 8 slices of pizza. It's a fairly average number for a pizza. How many slices do we have left? I'm gonna say 2. So we have how many slices have we eaten? We've eaten 2. So therefore we have 6 slices remaining. Now you could use this for many different problem solving questions. If you had any, like a problem solving question that you needed answered that fitted into this code, then you could put that in there. Otherwise you could use this as a cool trick to show your friends or to show family members or whatever. But that is our first task complete. Now moving on to the second task here, we're just going to get rid of this, and then we're going to say for this one, so it's going to ask what is your name, then we're going to ask how old are you, then we're going to say that the new age is equal to the first, so the age that you gave them in the last question, plus 1, and then it'll print next birthday you will be, and then tell us what age you will be. Alright, so we're just going to start off by saying name equals, we're then going to say input, and then text, we're going to say what is your name. Okay, and then close off this here, and we're going to move on to the next line. We're going to say age equals, so int input, just a bit like the last one, and then we're going to ask how old are you. Okay, and then we're just going to close this one off as well. We're then going to say new age down here. Yes, alright, we're going to have to close off both of these, so a double end bracket there. We're then going to say new age down here equals age plus 1. So this is telling the code what to do in order to set us up for our output, which is our print that we're just going to set up here. So we're going to say name, and then in speech we're going to say next birthday you will be. Close that off, comma, new age. So as you can see, this links back fully to all the stuff that we've done up here, and this is a quite simple one but quite an effective one as well. Make sure you hit save. We're going to go into run, and then we'll see if this works. So it's asked us correctly, what is your name? So coding with Caden. How old are you? Let's say I'm 30. Coding with Caden. Next birthday you will be 31. Alright, so that's our second task for today, and our third and final task is the hardest one of the lot, but is of course the most rewarding. So this is basically going to say, ask us for a bill, so what is the total cost of the bill. It's then going to ask us how many people there are, and then it's going to divide the bill by the amount of people and tell us how much each person should pay if it was split equally. Alright, so first we're going to ask what bill is. So we're going to say bill equals, and then do the setup like we did in the first and second one with the int and input. We're then going to say in text we're going to say what is the total cost of the bill. Gonna question mark and then close that off there. We're then going to say people, so the number of people that are with you at that time. We're going to say int input. We're then going to say in speech how many people are there. And it's a question, so you'll need that question mark. And then close off both of those. We're then going to say each. So this is going to set us up for the print. Going to say each equals bill dash for divide. And then we're going to say people. And then we're going to go into the next line and say print and set up what we wanted to print. So we're going to say each person should pay. Make sure you add in a pound sign or dollar sign wherever you are in the world to allow that to be the correct currency. And then we're going to say each, which as we saw we set up here for the bill divided by the amount of people. Then I'm going to close that off there. Going to hit save. And for our final task, we're going to see if it runs. So as you can see here, it's asked us what is the total cost of the bill. We're going to say 400. How many people are there? We'll say 20. So each person should pay £20. Now you can try this as many times as you like with different numbers. I'd like to see what you guys put in for each one, if you guys changed the first one in any slight way, or maybe you did your own thing with the last one there. Who knows? But I'd like to see what you guys were doing with it down in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider liking and subscribing. Turn on notifications so that you don't miss a video, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.